All right, welcome in on this Thursday afternoon. We're waiting for the 49ers to do something else in free agency. They've already done a lot, but it has started to slow down a little bit, and that's allowed me to scour Twitter, see what comes across, and see some headlines, some articles. And I just have to say, there are some bad 49ers quarterback takes out there ever since they signed Sam Darnold. And maybe I shouldn't act surprised, but some of these takes are absolutely horrific. I think that the worst one is that the signing of Sam Darnold is somehow an indication that the 49ers don't believe in Trey Lance or Brock Purdy or hitting some kind of panic button. It's like, wait, do you even understand how NFL rosters work? Teams carry three quarterbacks no matter what. I mean, the people who are upset that the 49ers signed Sam Darnold should probably have also been upset if they had signed Nick Mullins or any Joe Schmo that cost the veteran minimum. And guess what? Sam Darnold didn't cost all too much more than the veteran minimum. You carry at least three quarterbacks and probably four in the National Football League to begin with. So the complaint about signing a quarterback and to make it something bigger than it is, lack of belief in your other quarterbacks, is completely nonsensical. But the 49ers are a special circumstance in the other direction of some of these takes because of a couple facts. And fact one is the 49ers suffered complete injury catastrophe in the NFC title game. The injury decimation that they saw at the quarterback position in the NFC Championship game might have been the most calamitous injury situation in the history of the National Football League. They literally lost all of their healthy quarterbacks. All of them. They finished out of healthy quarterbacks in that NFC Championship game. Brock Purdy went down. Josh Johnson went down. There was no third quarterback rule. There was no third quarterback up on the active roster. And we all saw Christian McCaffrey have to attempt to pass to nobody. I mean, this was unprecedented stuff. The 49ers hated it. The league hated it because people stopped watching. It wasn't compelling football. It was a catastrophe. And that's a fact. The only people that liked it are the Eagles. Right? Okay, so fact two, the 49ers needed three starting quarterbacks just to reach the playoffs because of injury decimation at the position. I could put up fact three as well, and that's the 49ers have had about 18 or 19 quarterback injuries in the Kyle Shanahan era. But the point remains the same through fact one and fact two, and that's that the 49ers ran through quarterbacks this past season like it was their job. Injury catastrophe in the NFC title game, and a ton of depth needed at the quarterback position just to get there. So it's not complicated. And deep quarterback room is especially necessary for a team like the 49ers. Don't blame them for having PTSD after what happened in Philadelphia. They should be going out there and signing the best quarterback possible for their cap situation. They said they were going to do that, and they did that. And all of a sudden, it's controversial. Even if they had perfect quarterback health, they would be remiss to not sign the best quarterback possible within their cap situation to be quarterback number three. You don't just go and sign a warm body to be your third quarterback. This is the National Football League. These are prized jobs. This is the most important position on the field. You have to have capable depth at all times. If you're not maximizing that capability, you should be fired for roster malpractice. So the thing that people are complaining about is standard operating procedure in the NFL. People are literally complaining about 1 + 1 = 2. That's where we've devolved with this whole thing. So please don't make this hard. And I understand people want clicks, right? So sometimes you have to write that risque article. Sometimes you have to put out that controversial take on Twitter to say, oh, Sam Darnold's out here threatening Trey Lance's job. He might be threatening Trey Lance's job if he's competing well over this offseason, but who cares? That's the point. You want competition in the quarterback room, right? You want him to earn all of his incentives. That means he's taking you to the playoffs and the Super Bowl, just like Jimmy Garoppolo last year. Is it likely? No. But don't frame it as some kind of problem. Don't make it hard. This is competition. It happens at every single position, including quarterback. And framing it as, some kind of adversarial, unnatural thing that is somehow being mismanaged by the front office, that's just way too complicated. It's way too clickbaity for my tastes. And I have to say this, sometimes reality is compelling enough. Look at the reality of the situation. The 49ers have Brock Purdy, Trey Lance, and Sam Darnold in the QB room. Brock Purdy has a torn up elbow. It was just partially repaired via the surgery, but rehab is going to have to repair the rest of it. He's coming off of what was one of the most fantastic stories ever at the quarterback position. Mr. Irrelevant ripping off a bunch of consecutive wins, taking the 49ers all the way to the NFC Championship game. That story still TBD. People waiting how that's going to finish. You have Trey Lance, who the 49ers traded the farm for back in 2021 when they moved up to number 3. And he is, you look at the Trey Lance history and the Shanahan history, the Elway, Steve Young prototype, the running quarterback who can deliver from the pocket. That's a developmental project that's fascinating in its own right. And then you have Sam Darnold. Remember that Trey Lance was a number 3 overall pick in 2021? Well, Sam Darnold was the number 3 overall pick in 2018. He went through his troubles in New York, traded to Carolina, went through some troubles there, but actually played his best football of his entire career over the past 6 games of the last 6 games of the 2022 season. So essentially you have 3 question marks at quarterback, 2 with a ton of pedigree as far as draft status goes, and Trey Lance and Sam Darnold, and 1 who's actually proven at least something out on the field, but then he tore the UCL in his elbow in Brock Purdy, and he's at the very opposite end of the draft spectrum at number 262, Mr. Irrelevant. That is a hell of a compelling story already in the quarterback room. Just to have those 3 guys there, let's just see how it develops. So there's no need to make fake drama and create fake criticism about the front office when there really is no room to criticize right now. They're handling this just like any good front office would. There's really no reason to do that to boost your engagement, boost your clicks, boost your readers, whatever you want, your viewers too, I guess, on YouTube. There's really no reason to do that because reality is compelling enough in this instance. This is a really compelling situation with Purdy, with Lance, and with Sam Darnold. So let's sit back and avoid the terrible takes about the 49ers quarterback room. Bye now.